Calm English. Listen your way to fluency. Introduction. Have you ever felt a bit lost when people speak English fast? It can sound like a big noise you can't understand. Words get mixed up, your thoughts rush, and you feel more confused than before. This happens to many people learning English. You try hard, you study, you listen to music and watch movies, but when it's time for real talks, it feels like your brain can't keep up. It's not fun, is it? You might think you're not good enough, or that English is just too hard. We often think that to listen better, we need harder lessons, faster talk, or more rules. We use word cards, phone apps that test us, and even talk to people who speak English all the time. These can help, but they don't always show us how to handle the speed and natural flow of English when we hear it in real life. They also don't always help us feel calm and ready to learn. What if the best way to listen better wasn't to try harder, but to find a different, easier way? What if you could teach your mind to be more relaxed and focused, making it easier to hear and understand English? This book shows a new idea. It says that using apps for calm thinking and meditation can be a very good and fun way to learn to speak English well. Yes, you read that right. These apps, often used to feel calm and peaceful, can be strong tools to make your English listening better. Because the English in many guided meditations is spoken very clearly, slowly, and with helpful repeating. This kind of sound is great for learners. It gives your brain the time it needs to hear each sound and word. It makes a calm, focused space, which is just what your mind needs to take in new words without feeling worried. This way helps you learn in a calm way, feeling more sure of yourself with every word you understand. This special way of learning is what we call calm language learning. It means using a calm, focused, and present mind to help you learn English better. It's about learning not just what to learn, but how to learn by making your mind open and relaxed. Calm language learning has two main parts. First, it's about finding that inner calm and focus, like when you meditate. Second, it's about using sounds, like those in meditation apps, that naturally have clear, slow, and repeated words. It's the mix of your calm mind and the clear, gentle English that makes this method so strong. In the next parts, we will learn more about how you can use calm thinking and meditation apps to hear English better. Get ready to listen your way to speaking well, one calm breath at a time. 1. Learning English with ease. Learning English does not need to be hard. Many people feel worried when they learn a new language. They worry about saying things wrong, not understanding, or not being good enough. This worry makes learning feel like a difficult job. But what if it could feel easy? What if learning English could be calm and nice? This is where mindful language learning is very helpful. It means learning in a peaceful way. This peace helps things feel easy. Think about a time you felt very worried. Your thoughts go fast, right? It is hard to think clearly. It is even harder to learn something new. When you are worried, your brain is not ready to learn new words or understand new sounds. Now, think about the opposite. Imagine a quiet room, a soft chair, and a calm voice speaking softly. This is how you feel when you practice mindfulness or listen to calming guides. No one is pushing you. No one is testing you. You are just asked to relax and be there. This calm feeling is like a warm, safe place for your brain. It is a place where learning can happen easily, without fighting. When your mind is calm, it is more open. It is ready to get new ideas without judging them. This is why learning English can get easier, by first making yourself feel calm. One very good thing mindfulness gives to language learning is focus. Our minds often jump from one thought to another, like a butterfly flying from flower to flower. This is normal. But when we try to learn English, this jumping makes it hard to really hear and understand. We might hear a word, but our mind goes to what we need to do later, and the word is gone. Mindfulness is like training a muscle for your attention. It teaches you to gently bring your focus back to what you are doing. When you use apps for meditation, you practice this. You listen to the guide, and if your mind wanders, you just notice it and bring your attention back to the voice. This practice helps you focus on the English you are hearing. Instead of your mind being a busy market, it becomes a clear, calm lake. When you listen to English with this focused mind, you hear more. You notice more small things. You understand more words. This means your learning time is better. You do not waste time trying to listen again to things you missed because your mind was somewhere else. The effort you make gives better results, and that makes the whole process feel less like hard work. It feels like you are moving forward, and moving forward is always easier than feeling stuck. Let's talk about doing things again and again. In normal English classes, repeating things can sometimes feel bad. Doing the same exercises, saying the same words over and over. It can be boring and it can make you feel like you are not getting anywhere. You might start to hate those repeating exercises. But the repeating you find in meditation and mindfulness is different. It is usually very gentle. The voices are clear, the speed is slow, and the words are repeated not to test you, but to help you feel calm. Think of a guided meditation to help you sleep. The same calm words might be repeated softly to help you relax. When you use this for learning English, it is like hearing a new word or a simple sentence many times, but each time in a relaxed way. You hear it, you take it in, and then you hear it again. It is not about remembering by force. It is about becoming familiar by gentle listening. This kind of repeating builds a strong connection in your brain. It helps the new sounds and words feel normal. It removes the worry that often comes with repeating exercises. You start to know the sounds without trying hard. This makes understanding English feel less like a challenge and more like a natural happening. It is like the language is slowly becoming a friend, one gentle meeting at a time. And when learning is nice, everything changes. We are more likely to keep doing something we like. If learning English feels like a chore, we will find reasons not to do it. We will feel tired, or busy, or just not want to. But if learning feels nice, like a relaxing activity, we will want to do it. We will look forward to our listening times. The audio in meditation apps is made to be calming. It is meant to help you feel good. When you use this for learning English, you are making a good connection. You are joining the experience of listening to English with feelings of calm and rest. This good feeling is a strong reason to keep going. It makes you want to learn more. You are not just studying. You are doing something that makes you feel good. This enjoyment is a secret help. It helps you keep going regularly, and being regular is key to being good at anything, especially a language. The feeling of being stuck that often comes with language learning starts to go away, replaced by a feeling of wanting to know and feeling happy. This way of learning is not just for people who are just starting. Even if you have been learning English for a while, you can get a lot of help. Sometimes, as learners get better, they stop improving as much. They feel like they are not getting better like they used to. Or they might still find it hard to say certain sounds or understand fast talking. The calm English way, using mindful listening, can help here too. For example, if you want to say English words better, listening to clear, slow audio can help you notice the exact way sounds are made. You can focus on the small movements of your mouth and tongue that you might miss when people talk fast. If you want to understand people who speak English as their first language better, the focus you get for mindfulness helps you catch those quick, normal phrases. You can listen to the rhythm and flow of the language without feeling too much. It is about making your skills better and keeping your English flowing without the tiredness that can come from always studying hard. It is about keeping your English clear and your mind clear, no matter how good you are. Let me tell you about Maria. Maria had been trying to learn English for years. She went to classes, she bought books, she even tried watching movies. But she always felt a tight feeling of worry in her stomach. When her teacher asked her a question, her mind would become empty. When she listened to people speaking English, it sounded like a fast river of noise, and she could only catch a few drops. She felt sad and started to think maybe she was just not good at languages. One day, a friend told her about Calm English and how it used meditation apps. Maria was not sure. How could listening to calm voices help her speak English? But she really wanted to learn. She got an app and started with a simple exercise to help her breathe. It was only 5 minutes, and she felt surprisingly relaxed after. Then she found a part with short English phrases spoken very slowly and clearly. The voice was gentle, and the phrases were repeated a few times. Maria started listening every day for 10 minutes. She did not try to remember anything. She just listened, letting the sounds come to her. She noticed that when she listened to these calm recordings, she did not feel the usual panic. She could hear the words. She could hear the small pauses. She started to notice the rhythm. After a few weeks, she tried watching a short English cartoon. Before, it was a blur. Now she could actually understand some of the simple sentences. She felt a small spark of excitement. It was not a struggle anymore. It felt possible. She realized that by making a calm space in her mind, she was finally able to let the English language in. The worry that had stopped her for so long began to go away, replaced by a quiet feeling of being sure of herself. Learning English was starting to feel not just easier, but truly nice. She was not just studying, she was finding a new way to connect with the world. So, what makes this way so different? It is that there is no pressure. In a meditation session, there is no test. There is no grade. You are just asked to be there. When you use this for learning language, you remove the fear of making mistakes. This fear stops many learners. It stops them from speaking, from trying, from even listening fully. By using audio that is made to be calming and not judging, you make a safe space for your brain to learn. The slow, clear, and repeating sound is not to drill you, it is to gently guide you. It is to build familiarity without stress. Each repeat is a chance to relax and take in, not a chance to be judged. This change in how you think is very important. It changes the learning experience from a hard job into a relaxing and good practice. The effect on your mind from this gentle, repeating listening is big. Instead of thinking of English with worry and frustration, learners start to think of it with peace and calm. This good feeling makes you want to keep learning. When you hear a word or a phrase many times in a relaxed setting, it stays in your memory more easily. It is like planting a seed in good soil, it grows without being pulled. This is very different from the often hard, high-pressure exercises of normal methods, which can sometimes feel like trying to make a plant grow by pulling its leaves. Ease comes from this change in how your brain sees the learning. It goes from feeling like it is in danger to feeling ready to receive. In the end, learning English with ease is about changing how you feel about the language. It is about knowing that you do not need to fight against it. You can let it in, gently and with focus. By using the calm and focus that mindfulness and meditation offer, learners find that getting better at understanding English can indeed be an easy and even nice experience. This new ease opens the door to more learning and more steady progress, getting us ready to look at the special kinds of audio that make this change happen. 2. Mindfulness in language learning. Learning a new language can feel like chasing a fast train. Words fly by, accents are hard, and you miss your stop. Many people feel this way, especially with spoken English. They learn rules, words, and practice talking, but hearing real English can still sound like noise. A different way, one that is calm and focused on now, can help a lot. This is called mindful language learning. What does mindful language learning mean? It's not about sitting still for a long time or chanting. It's about paying gentle, curious attention to what you were learning. It's about noticing what is happening right now, without judging yourself or worrying. When you learn English, this means paying attention to the sounds, words, and meaning you hear at this very moment. It's the opposite of feeling worried, upset, or overloaded. When we are stressed, our minds race. We might think, I didn't get that word. Or why can't I understand like others? This thinking pulls us away from the sounds and words being spoken. Mindful language learning asks us to gently bring our attention back to now. It's like seeing a pretty flower in your garden instead of worrying about weeds. You just watch, accept, and learn from what's in front of you. This calm, focused attention is very strong because it fights the biggest problems with understanding spoken English: stress and worry. When you are stressed, your body makes hormones that make it harder for your brain to learn. It's like trying to read a book in a loud, busy room. Your brain is too busy with the noise to focus on the words. When you worry about understanding English, your mind becomes that noisy room. You might hear sounds, but they don't stick. You can't understand them well. Mindfulness, however, helps quiet that inner noise. By being calm and present, you make your brain a better place for learning. Think of your mind like a window. When you are stressed, the window is foggy. You see shapes, but not clearly. Mindfulness is like a soft cloth wiping away the fog. As the fog clears, the world outside, the spoken English, becomes clearer. You start to hear the sounds, the rhythm of sentences, and the meaning of words. This calm state doesn't just feel good. It helps your brain learn and understand better. It's a change from fighting the language to going with it. This better focus is what you need to truly hear and understand spoken English. Real talks are not like perfect recordings in a book. People talk fast, have different accents, might mumble or use words you don't know. When you listen mindfully, you learn to notice the small things that make spoken English understandable. You start to notice not just the words, but how they are said. You pay attention to how a speaker's voice goes up and down, where they put the stress on words, and the rhythm of their speech. These are like clues that help you understand. Mindful listening means you are actively involved. You don't just let sounds pass by like background music. Instead, you gently guide your attention, trying to catch each word and phrase. It's like being a detective listening for every clue. This active, yet calm, focus helps you find important words, understand the speaker's feelings, and follow the talk. This focused attention turns confusing sounds into clear meaning. This mindful way also works well with audio that helps language learners. Clear, slow, and repeated. Often, learners are told to listen to native speakers at full speed, which can be discouraging. But the Calm English method uses audio made for learning. It's spoken clearly, at a speed you can follow, and often repeats key phrases. Some learners might find this repetition boring. They might think, I've heard this, why listen again? This is where mindfulness changes things. When you listen mindfully, repetition becomes a gift. Each time you hear the same audio, you can bring fresh, calm attention. The first time, you might focus on the main idea. The second time, you might notice how a word is said. The third time, you might look at the sentence structure. The fourth time, you might focus on the speaker's feelings. Mindfulness helps you value and gain from repetition. You don't just hear the same thing, you discover something new each time. This helps you understand more and remember the language better than hearing it fast just once. Let me tell you about Maria. Maria came from a place where English sounded very different from movies or the internet. She was smart and wanted to learn, but listening was her biggest problem. When she watched English TV, it was like a flood of words. She'd catch a word here and there, but miss the main meaning. She would feel upset. She tried listening to podcasts for learners, but even those sometimes felt too fast, or the voices sounded fake, making her more worried. She started to think she was just not good at listening. One day, a friend told her about a different way to learn, a way that involved being calm and focused. Maria was not sure. How could being calm help her understand fast English? But she was desperate, so she tried. She found an app with short, simple English stories spoken very slowly and clearly. The instructions were not just to listen, but to listen mindfully. At first, it felt strange. Instead of trying to catch every word, she was told to just notice the sounds. When a word was new, she was told to just notice that feeling of not knowing, without judging herself. When she felt that familiar upset feeling start, she was told to take a slow, deep breath and gently bring her attention back to the speaker's voice. She started with a simple story about a cat. The speaker's voice was calm and steady. Maria focused on the rhythm of her words. She noticed how the speaker's voice went up a little at the end of a question. She noticed the soft S sound at the end of cats. She didn't try to understand every word right away. Instead, she just let the sounds flow like listening to music. When she didn't understand a word, she just noted it, like a small stone on a beach, and then let her attention go back to the overall sound. After listening to the short story a few times, she found something amazing. She realized she had understood the main idea of the story, about a cat playing in a garden. She hadn't understood every word, but she had gotten the main meaning. The upset feeling that usually came was gone. In its place was a quiet feeling of success. Over the next few weeks, Maria kept doing this. She used the slow, clear audio. She focused on being present, on breathing when she felt worried, and on gently bringing her attention back to the sounds. She noticed her brain was starting to connect things it hadn't before. She began to guess certain words. She started to pick up on the natural flow of sentences. The sounds that once seemed like a confusing mess were slowly, surely, starting to make sense. She wasn't just hearing English, she was starting to understand it. This showed Maria that the problem wasn't her ability to learn, but how she was learning. By using mindfulness in her language learning, she had changed a stressful, upsetting activity into something calm, focused, and good. She learned that when her mind was relaxed, her ears were open, and her brain was ready to learn. So, how does being mindful directly help with the common problems of understanding spoken English? When you are stressed or worried about understanding, your brain goes into a fight or flight mode. It's focused on danger, not learning. This means your ability to understand complex sounds, new words, and sentence structures is much lower. You might hear the words, but they don't stick. Your attention is split between trying to understand the language and managing your fear of not understanding. Mindfulness, however, causes the opposite reaction in your brain. It creates a state of calm awareness, often called rest and digest mode. In this state, your brain is more open, ready, and able to process information. The worry that usually takes over your attention starts to fade. You can then use all your mental energy for listening. Instead of fighting the feeling of being overwhelmed, you gently accept it and then focus back on the sounds. This simple change in your mind can unlock your listening skills. You are not forcing yourself to understand, you are creating the space for understanding to happen naturally. What specific changes happen in a learner's mind when they use mindfulness for listening practice? And how do these changes lead to better understanding of spoken English? The first big change is from judging to observing. Instead of thinking, "That was wrong, I should know that word," you change to observing, there's a word I don't know. This removes the bad feelings that often come with not understanding. Another change is from worrying about the future to focusing on now. Instead of thinking, I will fail this listening test, you bring your attention back to the sounds you are hearing right now. This keeps you in the moment, where learning happens. You also change from just hearing to actively participating. You are not just receiving sound, you are actively guiding your attention to what is being said. These mental changes directly lead to better understanding. When you observe without judging, you are more likely to remember new words. When you focus on the present, you can better follow the flow of sentences. When you actively participate, you are more aware of the small details in pronunciation and how the voice sounds. It's like tuning a radio. If the dial is shaky, you get static. But if you can hold the dial steady on the right channel, you get a clear signal. Mindfulness helps you hold that dial steady on the English language. Besides just being calm, what are the active listening skills that mindfulness builds? And why are these skills especially helpful for learners using the Calm English method? Mindfulness builds several active listening skills. One is attention control. This is the ability to focus your attention and bring it back when it drifts. This is very important for following longer pieces of speech. Another is sensory awareness. This means paying close attention to the physical feelings of hearing, the pitch of the voice, the rhythm, the pauses. This helps you understand the hidden clues in spoken language. Mindfulness also helps with acceptance. This is the ability to accept what you hear, even if it's hard or new, without getting upset. This acceptance allows you to keep listening and learning, instead of stopping. These skills are very helpful for the Calm English method because this method uses clear, slow, and repeated audio. Attention control helps you focus on the details in that slow audio. Sensory awareness helps you notice the fine points of pronunciation and voice tone that are present even in clear speech. And acceptance allows you to welcome repetition, seeing it as a chance to understand more, not as a chore. After looking at what? 3. Using apps for meditation and learning. It is easy to feel a little lost when you start learning English. You might have tried many ways, like reading books or doing many exercises. Sometimes, these ways can feel hard or even a little worrying. You might wish there was a softer, calmer way to get better at understanding English. What if I told you that some of the tools you might already use for relaxing could actually be your special helper for learning English? This is where our idea of Calm English learning comes in. It is about using quiet and focus to help you learn. Think about it. When you are worried, it is hard to learn anything new. Your mind is busy and it is hard to pay attention. But when you are calm and focused, your brain is like a clear, open space, ready to take in new information. Many of us have apps on our phones to help us be calm. Apps like Headspace, Calm, or Insight Timer are made to help us relax. They often use guided calm times, which are like little audio stories or guides that lead you through a calming experience. The amazing thing is, these guided calm times often use language in a way that is perfect for English learners. Let's look at why these apps are so helpful. First, clear speaking. The people who record these calm times are usually people who speak English as their first language. They speak very clearly so you can hear every sound. They do not rush their words. This is so important when you are learning. You can hear how each word is supposed to sound, without any confusion. Second, slow speaking. Being calm is all about slowing down. The guides in these apps are given at a very slow, careful speed. This is not like fast talking you hear on TV or in movies. This slow speed gives you time to understand each word. You can really listen and understand what is being said. It is like having a personal English teacher speaking just for you, at your own speed. Third, words that are said again and again. Many calm times involve saying certain words or ideas again and again. For example, you might hear something like, breathe in, breathe out. Feel the calm. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the peace. This repeating is fantastic for learning. You hear the same words and sentence shapes many times. This helps you remember them easily. It is like hearing a song over and over. The words just stay in your head. Fourth, different topics. Calm apps have many different kinds of sessions. You might find calm times for sleep, for less worry, for feeling more sure of yourself, or just for focusing. Your mind. Each kind of calm time uses different words and phrases. A body scan calm time will use words about your body. A kind thoughts calm time might use words about feelings and caring. This variety shows you many different English words and different ways of speaking, all in a calm and helpful place. So, how can you actually use these apps? It is simpler than you might think. You do not need to change your whole life. You can just add a few minutes of English listening into your normal day. Imagine you already use a calm app for 10 minutes each morning to start your day feeling peaceful. What if, instead of a calm time in your own language, you chose a short guided calm time in English? Let's think about someone learning Sarah. Sarah is from a country where English is not spoken much. She tried to learn English in school, but it felt like hard work. She found the grammar rules confusing and the speaking practice too fast. She felt upset and often gave up. She felt like she was not good at languages. One day, a friend told her about calm apps. Sarah got one and started using it to help her sleep. She found that listening to the calm voice and slow guides helped her relax. After a few weeks, she noticed something. The voice in the calm time was speaking English. It was slow and clear, and she understood most of it. Sarah had an idea. What if she used these calm times to practice her English listening? She started by choosing very short calm times, maybe just 5 minutes long. She would sit comfortably, close her eyes, and just listen. She did not worry about understanding every single word. She just let the sounds wash over her. At first, she would just listen. Then she started to notice specific words. She might hear peaceful, calm, relax, breathe. These were simple words, but she was hearing them in a natural, spoken way. She started to write down words she heard often. She would listen to the same calm time a few times. This repeating helped the words and phrases become familiar. Slowly, Sarah began to feel more sure of herself. The worry she felt about learning English started to go away. Instead of feeling like a hard job, listening to English became a relaxing part of her day. It was no longer something she had to do, but something she wanted to do. She realized that by using the same focus and calm she used for being calm, she was actually learning English much faster and with less effort. Sarah's experience shows us the power of calm English learning. It is about taking something that already helps you feel good and using it to help you learn. The apps give a safe place to practice. There is no pressure to speak, no one to judge your understanding. You can just listen and take it in. Now, let's think about how to make this even more active. Just listening without doing anything is good, but you can do more to really help your understanding. One way is to write down main words. As you listen to a calm time in English, try to catch the main words. Do not try to write down every word. That will be too hard and worrying. Just focus on a few important words that stand out to you. After the calm time is finished, you can look up these words to understand what they mean. You can even try to use them in a simple sentence. Another great way is to say phrases again. When you hear a phrase that sounds nice or that you want to remember, stop the recording. Try to say it out loud. This helps you practice not just listening, but also speaking. It helps you get used to the rhythm and sounds of English. For example, If you hear, allow yourself to feel peaceful, try saying it yourself. Allow yourself to feel peaceful. You can also try to say what you heard in short. After a calm time, think about what the main message was. What was the speaker trying to help you feel or do? Try to explain it in 1 or 2 simple sentences, either in your own language or in English if you feel ready. This helps you check your understanding and practice putting ideas into your own words. Let's look at the special things about popular apps. For example, on Calm, you might find sleep stories which are gentle, told stories. While not exactly calm times, they use clear, slow English and often have repeating, calming ideas. You could choose a story with an idea you like nature or travel, and listen to it in English. The way the story is told is perfect for practicing understanding. On Headspace, there are many different kinds of calm times. Some are very short, like 3-minute SOS calm times for moments of worry. These are excellent for quick listening practice. They often focus on simple guides like notice your breath or feel your feet on the ground. These phrases are easy to grasp and repeat. Headspace also has longer courses, and you could choose one that focuses on an idea you find interesting, like focus or stress. Insight Timer is a bit different because it has a huge collection of free guided calm times from teachers all over the world. This means you have a lot of choice. You can look for calm times specifically in English. You can also often see how long a calm time is and read a short description. This helps you pick content that is right for your level. Some calm times on Insight Timer might even have written words available, which can be a wonderful tool for checking your understanding after listening. The beauty of this way is that it makes learning feel natural and part of your life. It is not an extra hard job. It is a way to make yourself feel better while also improving your English. When you connect English listening with feelings of calm and rest, you build a good link with the language. This makes you more likely to keep doing it. Think about the feeling of success you get after a good, calm time. You feel centered, peaceful, and ready to face the day. Now, imagine getting that same feeling, but also knowing you have just improved your English listening skills. That is the magic of calm English learning. It changes a task that could be hard into a rewarding and fun experience. It is about learning to listen your way to speaking well, with peace and focus. By using these apps, you are not just listening without doing anything. You are actively using your mind in a relaxed state. This calm focus allows your brain to take in the language more effectively. It is like watering a plant in gentle sun versus a strong storm. The gentle sun helps the plant grow stronger. In the same way, a calm mind helps your language learning grow. So, the next time you reach for your phone to find a moment of peace, consider choosing an English calm time. You might be surprised at how much you can learn and how much you can enjoy the journey. It is a simple step, but it can lead to big changes in how well you speak and how sure you feel. Once you understand the power of these tools that are easy to get, the next step is to find out how to pick the right apps and content that best fit your personal learning goals and what you like. Making sure your calm English journey is both effective and makes you feel good. 4. Technology is your learning partner. Learning a new language can feel like chasing a fast train. You hear sounds, but they mix together and you miss your stop. Maria felt this way about English. She tried many things. She read books and did lessons, but when she listened to people, her mind raced. She felt worried, and that made it harder to understand. It was like a hard puzzle. Maria loved her phone. She used it for many things. One day, she looked for a way to relax and found an app with soft music and a calm voice. The voice guided her through breathing. She tried it. The voice was slow and clear. It told her to focus on her breath, on the feeling of air going in and out. This was very different from her busy thoughts. She used it every day. It made her feel calm. Then she had an idea. What if she used this calm feeling and focus to listen to English? She found another app for meditation that had short English stories. A gentle voice read the stories, speaking slowly and clearly like the meditation guides. It was perfect. Instead of trying to understand every fast word, Maria could just listen. She could focus on how the sentences sounded, how the voice went up and down. Technology can help us here, not as something hard, but as a kind friend. Think about those calm apps. What is special about them? It's the voice. It's usually calm, steady, and easy to follow. It doesn't hurry. It often says important things again. This is what you need when learning to listen to English. These apps are like a gentle start for your ears and your brain. They help you pay attention to clear sounds, how words join, and the quiet parts that give meaning. It's not about learning many words quickly. It's about getting your mind ready to hear English in a relaxed way. When you use these apps, something good happens. They help quiet the noise in your head. You know that scared feeling when you don't understand? It's like a loud alarm in your brain, making it hard to hear anything. Calm apps help turn down that alarm. By guiding you to focus on your breath or a simple feeling, they teach your mind to be still. When your mind is still, it's like opening a window. English words can come in, and your brain has space to catch them. You are not fighting your own stress. Instead, you are making a peaceful place where learning can happen easily. This is the main idea of calm language learning, using peace to make learning easier. And let's talk about saying things again. In meditation, you might hear a phrase many times. This is not boring. It helps you get into the practice. The same is true for learning English. When you listen to a short story or a guided exercise in English through a calm app, you might hear some words or phrases more than once. Because you are calm, hearing things again doesn't feel like a test. It feels like a gentle reminder. Your brain has a better chance to notice these words, to connect them to what they mean, and to save them for later. It's a much nicer way to learn words and understand how sentences are built than trying to memorize long lists. You learn the language without even knowing you were studying. One of the best things about these technology friends is how easy they are to use. You probably have a phone or a tablet already. This means you have a strong learning tool right in your pocket. You don't need to go to a special class or buy costly things. You can practice listening while you wait for a bus, on your lunch break, or just before you sleep. This ease is a big help. It means you can fit calm English practice into your life, no matter how busy you are. It turns those small waiting times into chances to learn, making the whole process feel less like work and more like a normal part of your day. Some of these apps even let you make your learning special to you. You might be able to pick topics you like or choose audio that is at a level you feel good with. Making learning special to you is key to making it fun. When you listen to something you care about, you pay more attention. And if the app helps you see how much you've learned, maybe by letting you listen again or showing how long you've practiced, it can make you feel good. It's like having a patient teacher who knows what you need. So, how does the special way these calm apps are made help with listening? Think about the voice. It's often a voice that is trained to be soft and clear. There are no loud sounds or sudden changes in how loud it is. The words are spoken one after another, with clear sounds and natural, quiet moments. This is different from many talks or movies where people speak very fast, use slang, or have strong accents. These apps offer a controlled, easy-to-follow listening experience. They let you focus on the sound of English without the pressure of trying to keep up with a fast talk. The slow speed lets your brain understand each word, notice the rhythm, and start to understand the meaning without feeling too much. It's like learning to swim in a calm, shallow pool before you jump into the big ocean. The good feelings they give you are just as important. Learning a language can be hard. We worry about making mistakes, about not being understood, about sounding silly. This worry stops learning. Calm apps are made to make you feel less worried. When you practice with them, you learn to relax your body and quiet your mind. This makes a good cycle. As you feel calmer, you become more open to learning. Your brain is more ready to take in new things. Instead of feeling worried when you hear English, you start to feel curious. You are more likely to listen to the sounds, try to understand, and remember what you hear. This change from worry to curiosity is what makes calm language learning so strong. It changes learning from something you fear to something you look forward to. Maria found that by using these apps, she wasn't just hearing English anymore. She was starting to understand it. The calm voice and slow speed helped her hear words she had never noticed before. The repetition and the stories helped those words stay in her mind. She wasn't worried about missing a word because she knew the voice would speak clearly, and if she missed something, she could just listen again. It was a gentle, patient way to learn. She started to feel proud, not sad. Her fast-moving train of English was slowing down, and she was able to get on. By using technology as a calm learning friend, we've seen how it can create a peaceful and good way to get better at listening. But how do we take this calm focus into real talks in English? The next part will look at simple ways to move from just listening to speaking with confidence. Conclusion: we are at the end of our time together. Let's look back at what we've done. You have learned a new way to get better at English. This way is about listening and feeling calm inside. Many people find listening to English hard. It can sound too fast, confusing, and make them feel worried. But we found a good and fun answer using apps for calm thinking and meditation. These apps make a special place for learning. This place is quiet, focused, and helps you. We call this way calm English learning. It means learning English in a way that feels good, not like hard work. The first and most important good thing about calm English learning is feeling calm. When you practice being calm, you learn to quiet the noisy thoughts in your head. This means you feel less worried when you hear English. When your mind is calm, you can really listen. You are not thinking about making mistakes or if you understand every word. You are there in the moment. Imagine trying to hear someone whisper in a loud room versus a quiet room. Being calm helps make that quiet room for your ears. Meditation apps are very good at teaching focus. They help you pay attention to one thing at a time. This could be your breath, a sound, or, for us, spoken English. This better focus is like a superpower for listening. You can follow the speaker's voice, the rhythm of the words, and the main ideas even if some words are new. We also saw how the sounds in these apps are made for learning. Words are said clearly, a bit slower, and repeated gently. This is not just to make it easy, it's to build a strong base. Hearing words and phrases clearly and many times helps you remember them. It makes you feel more sure of yourself and understand more, without the stress of fast talking. And, importantly, calm English learning makes learning fun. Instead of not wanting to practice listening, you can look forward to a peaceful and good time. When learning is fun, you will want to keep doing it. This book showed you a way to enjoy learning English. So, calm English learning gives you less worry, better focus, understanding more from clear and repeated sounds, and a more fun way to learn. Now you have good tools and a new way to think about learning English. Remember, doing it often is important. Even a few minutes each day can make a big difference. Keep looking for different calm thinking and meditation apps. Find ones with sounds you like. Set small, easy goals for your listening practice. Maybe try to understand the main idea of a short sound clip. Be patient and nice to yourself. Every time you learn is good. Follow the ideas of calm English learning. Look for calm, build focus, and like clarity. Let these guide you. Some days will be easier than others. That is normal. When something is hard, just go back to your breath, find your calm, and try again. This book showed you that getting good at English does not have to be a fast, stressful race. It can be a calm, steady, and very good journey where you listen your way to success. Thank you for being with me on this trip. I hope your English learning journey is full of peace, clarity, and the joy of understanding. Keep listening, keep breathing, and keep growing. The world of English is now easier and more fun to reach than ever before. Happy learning!